All right, so let's try this again, shall we? I don't know what happened first time I posted a live video, but for some reason it told me it was unstable. So I deleted that video and I decided to make a new one. Anyway, welcome back. This is John with SoCal Outdoor Adventure. And right now I'm having some leftover dinner and a cup of coffee with some Bailey's Irish cream and some honey. Really good. Anyway, so what I thought I'd go ahead and do today is go ahead and talk to you guys about some updates that's been going on right now. This will be the final video of the 2019 year. I'm going to be joining the rest of the holiday season with family and friends, and I'm also going to be doing some travel, a little bit of traveling here in or up north. Good to see you from Point A to Boise. It's been a little rough, and I'll explain. Um, so anyway, what I do want to go ahead and say to you all right now is, first of all, happy Thanksgiving. I obviously didn't get a chance to post a video about that, and I do apologize for that. And also, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, and Merry Christmas to all of you. I won't be posting a video for Christmas this year. Um, give you guys an update as to what has happened. Thanksgiving for me was a good day, but it also turned out to be a bad day. And the reason why I say that is because on Thanksgiving Day, unfortunately, my grandfather passed away at the age of 102. Wonderful man. He will be greatly missed by pretty much all of our family and everybody. We had his funeral just 2 days ago, and a lot of people came to the funeral to pay their respects to him, and just all the love that came from not only for him but also my grandmother, who I lost as well. My grandmother passed away back in 2018 at the age of 95. So they are both going to be very well missed, and they are very well loved. So, but I've been gaining a lot of support from not only family, but I've also been gaining a lot of support from my friends, both at work as well as on Facebook. And I am truly grateful for all of you. If any of you guys ever watched this live video, and I'm truly grateful for everything that you guys have done for all of us, and we are amazed, and we love you all very very much, and we thank you. Um, so that's that. Next thing I want to go ahead and talk about, we're going to go ahead and talk about some happy stuff here. So, a couple of updates. One of the updates that I definitely do want to go ahead and talk about in this live video, I want to talk about a particular tent that I picked up about a few months back. I did a video on that one. It's the Weyness one person tent. If you guys are interested in seeing that video, I'm going to post it in the video description here on this particular video. And basically, that was an introductory video to that Weyness one person tent. Now, I originally did do a follow up review of that particular tent. I have been testing it now for quite a while, and I don't know what happened to the video, but for some reason, something got all screwed up with the video, and I had to go ahead and delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and give my full on review of the video of the tent right now. Sorry, I had to eat. But as I'm talking about the tent, if you have any questions about it whatsoever, you're free to ask, leave a comment, and I'll answer the questions right here and now. So the Weyness one person tent is a true one person tent. It only gives you the ability to fit only one person inside a tent. The good thing about the tent, though, is that it's very comfortable. Um, very easy to set up. Comes with 2 poles. Comes with tent stakes. Comes with the guidelines. The tent stakes are kind of like the hedgehog tent stakes, which my theory is that if you are going to some place where the ground is hard, if you don't put those stakes in the right way, you can possibly break those stakes, and that's going to be a big bummer. So hopefully that's not going to be a problem for anybody if you do get this tent. The second good thing about the tent is that the setup of the tent is very easy. Average amount of time that it took me to set the tent was anywhere between 5 to 6 minutes. But if you're someone who's taking your time, I mean, I like to take my time when I set up my gear up, so it usually takes anywhere from about 7 to 8 minutes. And the Waynes one person 10 is a perfect 10 for that. So it takes about 7 to 8 minutes if you're going to go slow and easy. Height wise, I can easily, when I sit up in a tent, I can easily sit to a full stance straight up, just like this when I'm inside the tent and I'm free to move around. And I do have the ability to change clothes while I'm inside the tent. Tent does come with two vestibules. However, there's one odd thing about this tent that I did find, and that is when you set up the tent, on the left side of the tent does have a ground sheet on the left hand side, but on the right hand side, there is no ground protector for that vestibule, which was kind of unusual. I mean, I don't understand why they would do that with this particular tent. They would put a vestibule on one side, but not. I mean, they would put a vestibule with a ground sheet on one side, but not on the other side. That was kind of weird, but hey, it is what it is, and all in all, it was good. Now, as far as testing in the weather is concerned, I've tested the tent in the rain, in the wind, and it's held up very, very well. It does come with guidelines for you to top the tent to make it more taut. All in all, it held up really good. And I tested it also here in my own house. I've actually tested it outside in the front yard, and I slept overnight in that tent out there in the front yard in the heavy winds just to see how it does. And so far, I've actually been very impressed with it. I mean, it is a very good tent. I'm really surprised. I think it's a tent that's worth having all in all. So let's talk about a few pros and cons with the tent. First pro, obviously very easy to set up. Takes it anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes to set up, depending on how fast you are or how quick you want to set it up with. Comes with stakes, guidelines, two poles, no ground sheet. So you do have to provide your own ground sheet. My recommendation for a ground sheet is if you have either a painter's tarp or you could also use I usually use an old shower curtain, and that works perfectly for a ground sheet, surprisingly enough. Sorry. um let's see what else. Mm. Second pro of the tent is definitely ventilation. You do have two. You do have two types of ventilation. At one at the head, one at the foot box. You've also got ventilation if you open the vestibules on both sides, so you will get that nice air. Condensation has not been an issue whatsoever, and that's a good thing because obviously none of us like to sleep with water falling on our heads, especially when we're outside, right? Mhm. I know I don't. I can't stand it. Now let's see what else. Let's talk about a few of the cons. Um, there's not really many cons that I can think of. The one con that I would say that which is definitely unusual, like I said before, is the vestibules. I mean, you got a ground sheet on one side and there's no ground sheet on the other side. That was definitely a weird thing as to how they set that up. The only thing I have not tested that tent out yet is the snow. So I am not really sure exactly how well it would do in the snow, but as far as like for spring, summer, early fall camping, no problem whatsoever. I've taken this tent out in the fall and I've slept very comfortable, especially at the hatchery. So I've slept very comfortable in that tent. Let's see what else. When a tent is inside the stuff sack, once everything is filled up, unfortunately, I don't have the tent with me. I have it stored, but I do have just a regular bat towel. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this guy up here. Ooh, got some coffee and honey in my shirt. So just to give you kind of an idea, this is just a regular bat towel, but this is kind of what the tent's going to look like inside the bag once it's fully folded up. The nice thing about the bag too is that it does have clips where it keeps the tent nice and taut. And it's also got a pull string top to allow you easy access to the tent, and that's a good thing. So it's perfect for that. Leave it out there till it fails. Yeah, that's not good. That's not a bad idea, but I don't want to do that, especially if I want to continue to mess with it and play with it some more, right? So, what do I think of this tent overall? Mm, and would I recommend it? Price wise, you're looking to spend anywhere between $50 and $90. It depends on where you can find it. The last place I saw it was on Amazon for around $59.99. I got it to Walmart.com for about $50, but I haven't seen it on there for quite some time. But do I think it's a great tent? My rating 1 out of 10, 1 being the lowest, 10 being the easiest. And of course, 1 out of 10 where as far as setup processes go, where 1 is very simple, 10 being 10 being the most difficult. When it comes to the setup, I definitely have to give this tent a 3. Setup is easy and simple. When it comes to the tent itself, I definitely have to give it at least an 8. Like I said, I think the biggest issue with this, the one issue that you're going to have with this tent is going to be the tent stakes that comes with the tent. Do I think these tent stakes can last a long time? Yes, they can. It just depends on where you use the tent. If you're going to go to a place that has really hard ground, I would recommend bringing with you some extra stakes just to be safe. You never know. You never know. So that's my review of the Weyness one-person tent. If you guys want me to do another review of that tent, as well as show you it completely set up and how I have it set up usually for like an overnighter or for a camp out, leave me a comment in the comments and I'll definitely do something like that in 2020. So you guys can see that setup. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about is a lot of people right now are posting videos about their favorite types of gear for the 2019 the year for 2019 when it comes to backpacking, hiking, camping, travel, whatever. I haven't really had an opportunity to post a video like that. I normally don't post anything like that until the beginning of the year until the beginning of the new year. So you're definitely going to see a video of that information coming up in 2020. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So look forward to those videos. Second thing of all, I do have a couple of more videos that I do need to post from this year. Unfortunately, I haven't posted them. I haven't created them or made them yet. So those videos will be posted on YouTube later on at the beginning of next year. After I do my welcome video of 2020. And then once I do that, you'll see those videos, and then I'm going to be posting some newer videos for 2020 here. What's going to be upcoming for 2020? Will I drop my EDC video? That's a definite yes, yeah, because I'm in the process right now of testing out a brand new backpack that I'm using for EDC. I usually carry a backpack in the back of my truck as an EDC bag in case something were to happen for an SHDF situation. However, lately I've been carrying a different backpack that I recently purchased from Roaring Fire Gear. I'm in the middle of testing it right now, so I don't want to give a review on that backpack until I've tested it completely. But so far, it's holding up pretty good. I'm also going to be doing some reviews on some budget-friendly gear. I know what you mean on that one. I like to do my EDC updates a little bit early myself. But I'll try and see what I can do. I'll definitely see if I can do a new EDC update for you guys. That definitely will not be a problem. Let's see what else. What else we got coming up here? Going back to budget-friendly gear, um, toward the end of this year, I purchased some brand new gear that is budget-friendly. So you're definitely going to be looking forward to those reviews of some of that gear. And I'm definitely looking forward to talking to you guys about more of that gear. There will be some more giveaways coming up too as well for 2020. So definitely look forward to that. I did do a giveaway a while back on some gear from Yuko, and I was going to give some brand new gear to the top 3 winners, but unfortunately, I did post a video posting the winners of that video, but I never got a reply back. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do a new giveaway on the Yuko gear in 2020, and I'm going to make this open to everybody. So if you are a subscriber or a non-subscriber, I'm definitely going to go ahead and do a giveaway on that, so you guys can definitely have an opportunity to win. So if you're interested in that giveaway, keep an eye out for that video. If you are a subscriber or non-subscriber, you'll have a chance to win your very own Yuko gear mess kit, forks, spoons, whatever. Did you ever find a dining set similar to Yuko? As a matter of fact, I actually did find a dining set that is very similar to Yuko. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the best dining set I could find that's similar to Yuko, but it is decent. Um, I'm just trying to remember what the name of the company was in which I found it for. Hmm. You know what? For the life of me, I honestly don't remember. That's terrible. Let me think. Give me a minute. It wasn't Stansport. I know that for a fact, and it wasn't Stanley. It was some kind of. It was another one that I had that I purchased just on a limb, thinking that this could work. The Yuko one needed 2 rubber straps to secure it. Not with the testing I've done so far, and so far it's been pretty good. But to each his own. Oh man, if I could just remember what it was. Come on, think. I think it was a no-name brand one that I got. Or was it? No, 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 no. It was a Sea to Summit. I picked up a I like using Snapware food containers, forklifts. Those are really good too. I agree with you on that one. I have those. I use those a lot too when I go to lunch for work and stuff. When I go to have lunch. Let's see. I'm gonna get some more coffee. Oh, yeah, I remember someone else I was going to talk about. Give me a minute. I'm just grabbing me some more coffee. The other thing I was going to talk about today as well was that I'm going to be doing I'm going to be talking about in 2020. I'm going to be talking about 2 different styles of French presses that I use for when I go hiking or backpacking, or even just just out for a day night in dinner, because sometimes I like to take with me like a little French press just because it's easy to clean up, very simple, very elegant. And I have three different French presses that I have been using. So I've done reviews on all three of these French presses before. So what this video that's going to be coming up is going to be about, it's going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages to the French presses and how to use them, basically. So basically, it's going to be a how-to video. So definitely look forward to that video. That one's going to be two products by Stanley. The other one's going to be a product from GSI. All right, the next thing we're going to go ahead and talk about here as well. I know I did a video review of this. It was a live video, but it did not come out as good as I thought. I'm not boring. I like instant coffee when I hike. So there's nothing wrong with instant coffee. It just depends on the coffee you drink. Ooh, that's good. Anyway, so what I was saying before is I know I did a video of this guy. It was on a live video. But unfortunately, the picture quality was not as good as what I thought. But I wanted to show you guys my new cup. I'm going to do a full-on review of this one. I'm going to make some, and I'm going to put coffee in it as well. And that's my new Cuxa. This is by Dunsters. Very nice Cuxa. We used it a lot for coffee, tea, even beer, and a little bit of whiskey. So I'm going to be doing a full review of this guy, a better review of this one. Another couple of other videos you're going to be looking forward to in 2020. We're going to be doing some more videos of. We're going to do my top favorite fixed blade knives of all time. We're actually going to do partial tang and full tang fixed blades. I've only owned 3 partial tang fixed blades knives, but it's still worth doing a video of them. And that is something I'm actually going to talk about right now. Give me a minute. Maize and coffee, Leo. Hey, add a little bit of honey to it. It tastes really good. You never know. You might like it. There's a guy on YouTube. He actually, I forgot his name. I think his name is Cimber Outdoors, something like that. Cimber or Klimber. I think it's Klimber. But I've seen him put whiskey in his coffee. Manuka honey. Interesting. Never tried that before. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we're talking about fixed blade knives. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start this video off with my top 3 favorite partial tang fixed blade knives. And I've only owned 3 partial tang. All the other knives that I own are fixed blade knives. Mendocino honey. Interesting. Very interesting. So let's start off with my least favorite knife was by Camillus. I did a full-on video review of the Camillus fixed blade knife, and I thought it was a decent knife, but of course it failed because I tried to do the tip test and I actually broke the tip off the knife. I was not too happy with the sheath that came with the knife. I thought it was a crappy sheath. Um, the retention of that knife was not super duper like you get with most fixed blade knives, and even if some of the other cheaper knives that I've seen online that you can purchase, I mean, they come with good sheaths that actually hold the retention decently and pretty well. However, the one thing I will say about the Camillus knife, though, even though I broke the tip and I still didn't like it, I actually kept that knife, but I don't use it when I go out in the woods. I actually use it in my camping kit as because it slices and cuts meat, vegetables, and everything else very, very well when I'm cooking. So I actually use that knife as a cooking knife to help me slice up some foods, and it works really good. Hi, Lever 595. Welcome aboard. So, do I think it's a good knife? Is it the best knife for when it comes to bushcraft and hiking and whatever? No. Is it a perfect cooking knife? Yeah. It's more suitable for that. Number two on the list. I'm not really sure. Not really. Number two on the list when it comes to knives, and I'm probably going to get a lot of sass on this one, but see what happens. The Bear Grylls Ultimate Knife. Now, Sister of Destruction. Huh? I don't remember. Sorry, Liver in 595. I honestly don't remember. Not my fault. I haven't been live that much. Anyway, so to continue, and then I'll go back to that in a minute. So the Bear Grylls Ultimate Knife was at the first survival knife that I ever purchased. Um, it was actually my first knife that I've ever used when I've gone camping, when I've gone hiking, whatever. Couple of things that I did like and disliked about it. First, the first thing I disliked about the knife was that it had the serrations. I was not a big fan of the serrated edges on the knife because they were, of course, hard to sharpen. But then once Bear Grylls came out with his sharpener, that made things a lot easier to sharpen those serrations because obviously Bear has a sharpener stone on the back of the sheath for the knife. And that's what I actually used to sharpen the blade, but I couldn't sharpen the serrations, and that was always a pain in the butt. A couple of things that were good about the knife and the sheath system was the fact that one, it had excellent retention. Two, it was perfect for left or right-handed carry. Three, the actual ferro rod was actually sits at the bottom of the sheath, but if they were ever to break, you could possibly lose that ferro rod. That would be a real bummer. Four, I don't remember what the fourth one was, but I sold that knife a while. I got rid of that knife like a while back, so I no longer carry that knife. Would I ever purchase it again? Probably not. Do I still think it's a good knife for a beginner? If you can afford it, yeah. Number one all-time partial tang knife that I own and I still use to this day, the Mora 2000. Now, yeah, you're right. Point A from point A to point Z. people do give a lot of crap about the Bear Grylls knives, but they are actually very good knives. And Gerber did a really great job with his Ultimate knife, in my opinion. It was a great knife. We'll talk more about when, and obviously there's going to be a video. There's going to be another video about the full tank, about his full tank knife. So you want to look forward to that one. So getting back to the Moore 2000. Now, I, in all honesty to God, was not a huge fan of the Moore knives. Never owned one, never wanted one. But I kept on seeing so many great reviews of these knives and how well they performed and how well they held their edge. So I thought, you know what the heck? I'll go out on a limb and see what I can find. So I go on Walmart.com and I actually find the Moore 2000 on Walmart.com for about $20. So I thought, okay, why not? I'll give it a shot. As soon as I put that knife in my hand and I started using it, my whole everything changed like that, like that. The handle was comfortable. The blade was nice and sharp. It held its edge very well. The sheath was simple, nothing hectic about it. And oh my God, that thing could slice meat like there was no tomorrow. I was impressed. The only negative con that I had about that knife, though, and this is the only con out of the whole knife, it had no 90-degree spine. Is that a big deal? For me, it is, because I need a knife with a good 90-degree spine for me to strike a ferro rod. But the good thing is that I always carried some other knife or even a striker to strike a ferro rod. So it worked very well. So those are my top 3 partial tame fixed blade knives that were my favorite, that were good knives to have. One was bad, one was okay, the other one was the best. The Moore was the best. The Bear Grylls Britain knife was good. The Camillus knife, terrible for bushcraft or woodcraft or anything else like that. When it comes to cutting vegetables and meat, it's perfect for that. All right, so what's next? 2020, we're also going to be talking about my all-time favorite backpacks that I've been using for hiking, camping, bushcraft, whatever. I'm also going to give one of the backpacks I'm actually currently using right now. It's a great backpack. So I'm going to be testing it for a little bit while longer, and that might make the favorites list. And of course, I already talked about budget-friendly gear. So that's going to be another video. I'll be coming up soon. So definitely look forward to that. And what I'm also going to go ahead and do too as well, I'm going to do another video that's just talking about coffee. Not coffee in general, but how to make coffee using the Pathfinder pot. I've heard a lot of people talk about how there's some people that talk about how hard it is to make coffee in the Pathfinder pot, but it all depends on the grain, on the how much grind level you have with your coffee. So I'll do a video about that alongside with the coffee grinder that I use to make my coffee. So I guess for right now, that's pretty much it. So like I said, this will be my last video posting for 2019. I'm going to hang here for a little bit. So if you guys have any questions, so if anybody's got any questions, ask away. I'm more than happy to answer. And in case you're wondering what kind of coffee I'm drinking decaf. If I drink regular coffee, I might be up most of the night. I don't want to be like that. Uh-uh. I need my sleep when I'm going back to work tomorrow. I was wondering about that one. You haven't posted that video. You haven't posted your reply to that video. I was wondering about that one. I look forward to seeing that your video on that one. That's for sure. Hmm. You're drinking the beer. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Hmm. That reminds me. From point A to point Z, just reminded me of that. Thanks, bud. Um, I've learned another way to make bannock bread using the Pathfinder skillet. So I'll definitely do a video about how to do that as well. I never have time, although, you know, when you have the time, you have the time, right? That's how it is sometimes. Every one of us is busy. You just never know what's going to happen. But when you do have the time, get it done. Let's rock and roll. What do I use for oil? You mean when it comes to making bannock bread or in general, or just, or if you're talking about just making bannock bread, one or two things that I'll use to when it comes to cooking in the frying pan. I usually use virgin olive oil or extra virgin olive oil. That works really well. I put about a tablespoon of olive oil in the bannock mixture itself when I make it. Yeah, actually works good. Hang on. For bannock bread, I have two different types of oil that I typically use. This is one of them. This is pure Wesson. This is canola oil. And then the other one I have is Mazola oil. And this is cholesterol free. Either one of these two work really good. But when I cook bannock in the frying pan now, that's a different story. I actually made some changes to that. Good idea. One other thing too, while I'm still here, I want to mention as well. If you guys are looking for the perfect seasoning when it comes to seasoning your meat, your eggs, bacon, uh, whatever you're making, go to REI and pick up this Campmaster seasoning. This seasoning has done me very, very well when I cook. It's got ingredients that includes just ancient pink Himalayan, sea salt, black pepper, garlic, minced and granulated, red bell pepper, orange peel, green bell pepper, onion, minced and granulated, paprika, organic sugar, evaporated cane juice, lemon peel, citric acid, mild Capri chili pepper, and cayenne pepper. This stuff works really good, and I love it. I even put a little bit on my eggs when I make eggs sometimes. And it makes it taste even better. Yum. All right. So I think that pretty much about does it. But are there any other questions or comments before I take off? Vegetarian, the cam spice. Uh, I haven't tried it on vegetarian food. I don't really cook a lot of stuff as vegetarian. Probably the only thing I've ever done that's vegetarian is I've used it on. No, actually, let me check that. I've actually used it on a tossed salad, and it tastes really good with it on a tossed salad. But as far as anything else vegetarian, I don't know. I haven't tried it. I don't. Not many people in my family are vegetarian. We all eat meat, except for my niece. She's a vegetarian, but I never cook for her, unfortunately. But if I do, it will either be a quesadilla or I will make her a tossed salad. That wasn't a weird question. Mm-mm. Rule 35. Any question you ask is valuable, no matter who you are. Let's see. Hmm. Good idea, pal. Believe me. I make panic every now and then here at the house just as a little snack, or sometimes I'll make it, cook it up here at home, and then take it with me to break. I was living in Cali. Hmm, not bad since the fires. We had a massive fire out here in Santa Paula over on the South Mountain, well, right over on this side, and the mountain is completely black, so you can't see right now because it's totally dark. It's been raining down here though for since Friday night, since Friday afternoon after my grandfather's funeral, and today was the first day this weekend it actually stopped, and for the first time ever, it actually rained on Thanksgiving. In all the years that we've had Thanksgiving, I don't think I've ever had a Thanksgiving where it actually rained. Everything else around here, still the same. It's just been cold. I mean, it's been mm, depends on where you live, but flash flooding around here is around my town, around Santa Paula is very rare. I mean, I believe the last time it happened was when my grandfather was in the army. Oh no, it has been too bad. As far as like the temperatures right now, let's see what does my iPhone show right now. I know it's been in the mid 40s, so when I go to bed at night, so I sometimes sleep with the heater on. Where's my app? There it is. Right now it's about 61 degrees, and then by about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, it'll be in the high 40s. So that ain't too bad. That was a good dinner though. Chilly in Boston right now. I believe it. I believe it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. But still, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel for further videos. Don't forget to click on the red bell icon for upcoming videos in the future. And as always, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy the outdoors. Now get outside, go have an adventure. I'll see you in 2020. Bye.